Act like you know me, not like you
What's
owe
up,
me.
y'all? Came over here, you know what I mean? Coming here with you a little bit of information, starting to get more in touch with talking about things and just giving people the knowledge and giving people what I understand. Not always to say that I'm right, but just to say that I do have an opinion, and I think that it's a valuable one for the industry. So I've looked up to a lot of different barbers. As you know, I have no problem shouting out some of the people that made it happen for me. You know, that's what it's really all about at the end of the day. Um, so it's about showing love and giving what you can back. So now, one of the things I want to talk to you about that I told you I would talk to you about are these right here. Boy, I little white piece on there. These right here. All right, all right. For those of you that see me using these, you probably see a difference. Biggest difference is this blade right here goes on here. This is just a regular tattoo blade, but if you don't know about these, they're pretty nice. As you can see, they don't always have that strength and that power that you need. But with this TY blade on here, they do cut pretty decent. So if you're looking for a clipper to just get away from, having that cord or whatever, these can do you some justice. Of course, everybody loves these right here. Everybody loves these. And also we got these right here. So these right here all hit hard. All hit hard. Now back to the reason why these are special. See that blade? I took off the wide blade that I had on here from this clipper and put it on here. I put it from this clipper to here. And then I just put on a regular blade. What that did for me, when I first got these clippers, I felt like they didn't really hit. To be honest with you, I have a pair of detailers. Not really a fan. Not because they suck, but just because they snag a lot to me, and maybe it's because of my adjustments, but they're too daggone sharp for me. Growing up as a barber, I used to not even like sharp blades. I used to like the dull ones, and then I used to like the zero gap them, and then they would cut smooth, but they wouldn't cut people. So that used to be one of my little tricks, when I was first a barber. And that was more back when I still had a heavy hand and wasn't cutting with a light hand yet. So I would want a dull pair of blades. I put them on there, and then I zero gap them perfectly. And as long as I didn't overgo on either side, then it would be good. But if I didn't have them adjusted just right, let's say I had the moving blade over the top, they would cut people, and if I had the moving blade back too far, then they wouldn't cut close enough. So that was always a struggle with that. So with these right here with this blade, you hear that power? Now these remind me more of these. So you hear the strength in that. These still my number ones. Liners, hitters, these my number ones. Pretty close. So with that lithium battery or whatever they got with this, it's great. And then the best part about it is, you see this little light right here? These tell you when they charge, and then they cut off. Like they don't just keep charging or keep going or whatever. So leave them on the charger, and they're gonna be good. So as a barber, that's the problem that I have with these. These right here, you leave them on the charger, you'll feel the heat on them, and they'll feel like they're burning up. These right here, you leave them on the charger, you'll feel the heat on them. They'll feel like they're burning up. They're not lithium battery. So apparently that's a big deal. They don't really make it to last like that. These right here, I can put them on the charger. The problem I have with these is how that button feels. That button feels fake. You hear that? I'm scared to keep playing with it. It might break. But those right there, really do well, but you know that button is funny to me. These right here, the button's in a funny place, but they work pretty well. They line really crispy. Right now, I'm gonna work with the adjustment a little bit more, but some of the other advantages is, you know, when you're working in different parts, you can just kind of pull that back, and now it's not close anymore. You cut kids with these. Then when you feel like you want to go sharp again, cut these. Then this is the other aspect of that. So if I'm getting ready to shave somebody, I might pull this all the way back so I make sure that I'm not snagging, or I'm cutting the hair close, but I'm not cutting it super close to where I'm actually cutting them. So it's a lot of advantages, just period, and being able to have this lever right here. So a lot of people think this was a silly idea. This was an awesome idea. So now this trimmer right here is my favorite cordless trimmer. Favorite cordless trimmer over every trimmer because they work so well that way. It's no secret that the game is starting to go more into the cordless realm, but these right here were a power move, and I was sleeping on them for so long. I had that TNY Blade on there. I hated them. I just didn't feel like they did their thing. Now, super crisp, right on point. They're almost as tight as these. You know, and I'll say, I'll be the first one to say it. There are advantages to having a wide blade. There's an advantage to that. I think when you're lining people up and stuff, just the fact that the blade is a certain way, it just helps to make things measure up a certain way. I think that's why everybody is so in love with these trimmers, because of the size of the blade. Size of the blade is perfect. Even when doing designs and you're trying to measure things out, the blade, when you just use the blade as a measurement, it really helps. Like half of this blade really, I think, you know, it's the way the blade is made. This right here, I'm starting to really like how the small one works, but they're still like, you have to be more precise with these. You can use that full blade a little bit, and it just helps you to make your line straighter. I think a lot of that's just the thought behind it, and you get used to that. And now my lines are becoming the way I want them to with these right here, smaller blades. It's been that way for a while. I used to love the super liners as my lineups. I used to feel like they were perfect just because of this size, and they're like, to me, a souped up version of the Styliner 2s, but you don't have to make any adjustments or anything like that. Really, they're a better version of the T Outliner 2s, if you ask me, just because they shave so well. But as far as like sharpness, things like that, that's where the T Outliner really beats it out. But as far as I don't have to put no work in, and I can have different blades and do different things, these are some boys. So today's little tip was about this, and I said I'd throw one more in when I started this because I felt like it. Right here, fellas. Right here, fellas. Listen, listen, listen. This, at times, can be very unsanitary. And I want you barbers to understand what problem you're creating. First of all, let me speak on this. This right here, I can wash this and get it all the way clean. All right? I wash this. It doesn't always get all the way clean. There's still hairs on there, different things like that. You're transmitting hairs different places, doing different things. Everybody loves that look. This is the answer. Does it get it as tight as that? I think it depends on what products you use. Personally, I'm a Suavecito guy. I love my Suavecito products. This right here with this, woo. And with this, woo. And with this, it gets serious. It gets serious. You gotta have some of this though. Definitely have you some of that. But if you don't have any Suavecito or some Lay Right, I think you're holding yourself back, because they're definitely great products. So once again, grab you one of these. I'm telling you now, if you don't have one of those, you're not being as sanitary as you could be. And I'm not hating or anything like that. I'm just trying to give y'all some of the game. You can get that on Amazon. I know it's a little bit more rare, so you might have to seek out for it. I had to seek out for mine. I got it now, and now I'm so happy that I got it because I feel like I'm really able to provide customers the service that they need. And like I say, it may not get as tight as the actual sponge, but when you really look at, you know, the products you use and things like that, you can get what you're looking for. And a lot of times it's just I have to spend it a couple of extra times and then it goes. And in all honesty, I think it does the same job. I use this occasionally, but I try to stay away from this more often than not. And it's nothing wrong with using it. So that's how that works. Stay tuning in with me. Start subscribing me. I wanna get to know all of y'all and give y'all the information that I know. Um, I'm not trying to be better than anybody else. I'm just trying to spread some love. You know what I mean? I want to give y'all some tips. I keep getting tips constantly from other people, so I feel like it's best for me to give back. That's just the way the world works. So signing off. Have a great day. Camo Cuts, and I won't stop.